Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph, and this is episode 30 of our Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Just did our rest because we were all fatigued. And we talked to Ember. We'd already talked to Nino. That's how we know we need to go to the ruins that we started to explore. Let's see, who do you want to talk to here? Let's talk to Woljif. Mm, wrong buttons. Or Darian, because we went the wrong way. Come over here. I want to talk to Woljif. No, let's go ahead and sell while we're here. All right. Bastard Sword of Hope. We're going to hang on to that. Still want to hang on to these. I might be able to get someone who'll use them. That we don't need. What's this? Bard. We don't have a Bard. We might get a Bard, so we'll hang on to that thing. Oh, we need to give that to Ember. Most of this stuff we're ingredients, usables, notables. And most of these notables are the things that we can sell. We want to get rid of diamond dust. Oh, jade is for certain spells as well. Okay. Others. These are our sellers. Hang on to that. Just never know. Hang on to that. Never know. It's like hanging on to letters for some reason. Because I'm always like, you don't know when you're going to find someone who wants that letter. All right. Made some bucks. Sell. Ember. We want her to have that. All right. Reorganize that stuff. Let's come talk to Woljif. Woljif is standing repeatedly, flipping a coin in the air and catching it. He looks bored, but the tip of his tail is twitching nervously. Noticing you, he perks up. Hey, Chief. About letting me go. Why would you need a thief in your party? What if I rob you in your sleep? I mean, I'm not going to, for now, but what if I get a rush of inspiration? What do you think of my new powers? Woljif pauses to think, rubbing his chin. You mean what you did back there? I have a few ideas. We could send you to a Pitax underground arena to fight, give you a scary name like Swift Sting or something like that. give you a great cover story. Enemies burn down your house. You're avenging your dead family. The public eats that stuff up. You'll wear a shiny, eye-catching outfit, or a black one if you like black leather, or if you like black better. We'll split the prize money, 60-40. 60 for me, of course. You know, arranging fights isn't easy. These people are tough. I'll be taking more risks than you. And after we get set up in Patax, we'll tour different cities, make some real money. What, you don't like the sound of that? Do you have any other suggestions? Wooljeff grins, his yellow eyes lighting up. I got one. Have you heard of Rasmuran? It's some land in the River Kingdoms ruled by a King Rasmir. A friend of mine used to live in Rasmuran. He got out of there as fast as he could. Long story short, this King Rasmir of theirs is a god. He keeps his people under his heel. They're all terrified of what he might do. He sits on his throne wearing some white mask, giving power to anyone. Come and take power from me, he says, as long as you believe in me. Wooljeff quickly checks that no one is eavesdropping. But that friend of mine, the one who fled, has a half-sister on his old man's side who's a cook in the castle, and a washerwoman who's the who the cook plays card with in the evening told her a juicy rumor. Wow, reading is hard. Word is, Rasmir isn't a real god at all, and he's got no powers. So here's my point. You do have powers. Pretty scary ones, too. We'll find some shabby little kingdom. I'll start some rumors, and you'll show a few tricks to wow the locals. And that's it. We'll make you a deity. But first, I want you to put it in writing that I'll be your chief advisor. I'm not doing anything just on the nod. I've been there. People promise you mountains of gold, and when it comes to you, they're all, get lost, or I'll set the dogs on you. So, do you like that idea? It's an interesting idea, but I need to think about it. Sure thing. Think about it. Just call me if you need me. We'll discuss it. I want to know more about you. How much is more? Are your family tieflings too? My family. It's an interesting story, actually, but I don't just tell anyone. My father and mother had a bakery. Their life was great, but the gods never blessed them with any children. One day, my mother went to the river to wash some clothes and saw a basket floating downstream. Inside the basket was a baby, adorable and chubby and fast asleep. It was yours truly. In my hand was a note, spritzed with expensive perfume that said, "Take care of my little angel." My mother brought me home, and she and my father realized right away that I was heaven sent. They raised me as their own. When I turned 15, my mother showed me my baby basket. It was embroidered with a coat of arms of an unknown kingdom, all in gold thread. Ever since then, I've been looking for my real parents. But it's not easy. Traveling takes money. So if you have a few gold coins, I'll pay you back as soon as I find my real family. I give you my word. Sure, let's give him the 10 gold. Humor him. I hope you find your real family. Wooljeff whistles and jingles the coins in his palm. Thanks a lot, Chief. Maybe Iomede, or whoever you worship, save you. Otherwise, you'll be done for. You believe anything you hear. If I was really a prince, I wouldn't be sitting around here. I can tell you that much. I'd have already gone to take what was rightfully mine. And then I'd come back with an army, so I could watch the guards and merchants who pushed me around all my life bow and scrape before me. But that's not going to happen. Want to hear the real story? The true story is boring. My family is human, both my father and my mother. They used to live in a village nearby. I forget the name. When my ma had me, the old man got so mad he almost killed her. Pinned her to the wall and started asking questions like why his son had horns and a tail. Well, my ma told him that her mother, my grandma, used to fool around with a demon. Well, he heard this. Daddy Dearest got drunk, trashed the house, and then took off. I don't remember any of this, of course. My grandma told me. I was about 3 years old when my mother brought me to Canabras and left me with my grandma. She said to her, "You and your demon have ruined my life. Now you handle him." Then she left. I haven't seen her or my dad since. She did leave a blanket, though. That part was true. But my grandma burned it because it was infested with lice. It wasn't even good enough to use as a rag. You think after all that my grandmother saw the light, felt rightly ashamed, and kissed my horns? I wish. Wooljiff grins nastily, his yellow eyes flashing. People used to give her trouble for fooling around with the demon. She wasn't welcome anywhere, so she got angry. Normal kids got bedtime stories, see? But the only tales I got told were how my dad was worthless, my mom was a slut, and I was demon spawn that no one cared about. She only kept me so I could help around the house and steal things she needed. So that's the truth. How did you become a tiefling? Wooljiff grins happily. I already was a tiefling. Of course. And life made me a thief. I've been in the business since I was a kid. My grandma used to say, if you don't work, you don't eat. And she gave me an apprentice. She gave me as an apprentice to Ygir, a tiefling neighbor of ours. He was a cunning old geezer. He knew how to take the purse off somebody's belt, how to cut open bags undetected, even do some magic. I used to climb through basement windows and open doors from the inside while I was still small enough. And when I grew and stopped fitting through windows, I decided I was done with my education. I repaid my grandma for everything she'd done for me, which was absolutely nothing. Why would I feed her if she wasn't bringing me any money? If you don't work, you don't eat. So I took off. I got bored of my teacher too. But when I, as, reading, hard. All right. But when I as much hinted at leaving, he said I owed him for my education. So I just nodded, and then I joined the Owl Bears, the gang that ran our district, and told them that Ygir was working their territory. I don't know what happened to him, but I stayed with the Owl Bears. Then their leader started giving me the cold shoulder. I didn't steal from him, I did steal from him, but never that much. So I had to rat them out to the guards. Then I joined the Golden Hands. That was a good time, rich pickings. I would have stayed with the Golden Hands, but the Northmen promised me a bigger cut if I told them where the Golden Hands kept their loot. I'm no fool, of course, so I told them. After that, I only had one option, to join the Northmen, and then the family came. At first, no one took them seriously, calling them thieflings and all of that. But I felt it right away. They had power behind them, and they had more money. I'm always on the winner's side, Chief. That's why I joined the Thieflings. And right on time. Some thugs came from the capital and made the Northmen leave. The ones who survived are in the family now, too. Tell me about the Thieflings. All right. I won't tell you everything, mind, but I can tell you a little. The Thieflings are Mendevian thieves. The gang was started in Mendev's capital by someone or other, and soon after they'd spread all over Galorian. They're also called the Family. You know why? Because us tieflings are easy to spot. Wherever we go, guards always hassle us, asking, "Are you lost or some at, Hornhead?" We usually say we're visiting family, and if they say, "Oh yeah? Who?" You give him the name of the local thiefling, who confirms everything, even if he's never seen you before in his life. That's why we're all brothers and sisters. There are rules. Who does what, who gets what cut. I won't say a lot, but they make it worth your while. They'll even heal you if you take an arrow. But the biggest no-no in this, you don't steal from the family. If you don't contribute to the shared pot, you'll get the cold shoulder. You won't be treated like family no more. And then everyone will hear that you went to visit some relatives who have a farm someplace. My best guess? The farm is some underground well beneath Canabras, where they breed grave worms. Heh, Sister Karasimi, our boss, looked the other way more often. Oh, if Karamise, our boss, looked the other way more often, I'd really be able to spread my wings. I want to ask you something else. What do you think of Canabras? He used to be such a hole. Then the Crusaders and refugees came here, and things started looking up. Although it depends on who you ask, I suppose. Witches better stay clear of here because Iomedes' followers are ferocious, especially Holrun Shapok, the Grand Inquisitor. He's a tough old goat. I didn't see it myself, but a serving girl at the tavern told me that her second cousin's son from his third wife is a paladin. And he said that Horun takes an unsheathed sword to him, even on the privy and when he sleeps. He puts it on the pillow next to him, and when he's in his cups, he strokes the blade and whispers sweetly to it. You are my one true friend. You are the only one I can rely on. Oh, takes an unsheathed sword with him. Wow, I misread that one totally. Irabeth's giving us a hard time too. You, as much as look at some nice little bauble, and before you can think of taking it, before your fingers even twitch, she's coming for you, with her nostrils flaring and her fangs glinting. Scary woman. But even she's better than Sister Karamesi, our boss here in Canabras. By our, I mean the Thiefling's boss. If you get caught by Irabeth, it's all out in the open. You go to prison, you end up as worm food. But if you step on Karamisi's toes, poof, you're gone. Just like that. No one ever sees for you again. All you'll hear is, he went to the family farm, even though he's never had a family or a farm. You have demon blood in you. Do you feel drawn to the abyss? Wooljiff's tails whips back and forth nervously, raising clouds of dust. Why, are you an inquisitor or something? What is it to you? If I've wronged you somehow, just come out and say it. Don't ask me trick questions. I know how it happens. I used to know a fella. He was married to the sister of the guard. Some shady types got him drunk one night and started asking him suspicious questions about the gods, about the queen. So he wakes up hungover with a headache. Someone's mumbling something. He smells like smoke, and his feet are kind of hot. He looks down, and there's a fire under him, and a prelate is reading out his sentence. Your shadow looks strange. What kind of magic is that? Ladies and gentlemen, roll up. No dark magic, no fraud. A trick without any deception. Wooljiff snaps his fingers and blue flame engulfs him. The shadow that was previously lying calmly at his feet grows, floating in the air around behind him. It is the shadow of a huge horned winged demon with claws. Ta-da! It doesn't do anything, just looks scary. I remember when I was little, an old beggar showed me and my friends how to make shadow puppets. You put your fingers together in front of a light, and it makes the shadow of a deer or a dog or a dove on the wall. I tried so hard. I wanted to make the best shadow, and I did. Just happened. Wooljiff chuckles sadly. Funny enough, that's the last time I had any real friends. They tried to stone me later, screaming at me, calling me a demon. A tiefling is always a demon to these wimps. Even the lowest ranking drunken gnome thinks he's better than me just because he hasn't got horns or a tail. The poorest beggar in the filthiest gutter thinks he's better than me. Most people would never show their shadow again after the first time, but I don't care. If stones start flying again, I'll just run. I'm used to it by now. Looks formidable. I like it. Wooljiff chuckles, pleased. What about the blue fire? That's my favorite part. And it doesn't burn at all. If I had a coin for every time I've caught a beating for my little show here, I'd already be proposing to Galfrey. But still, I don't want to give up something so beautiful. Enough. I want to ask you about something else. Go ahead, Chief. Are you really staying in the party or just waiting for a chance to run off? Wooljiff looks at you, gives you a hurt look. As if I could. There are demons and dangers around every corner. The tiefling stopped short. Don't worry, Chief. I'll work off my debt honestly. I won't stab you in the back or go on the run with your money. And if you buy me wares, I won't have to leave at all. Show me what you can do using the... No. All right. I have to go. Let's talk later. Whatever. You're free to do as you please. All right. Let's head out. All right. Since we just finished our rest, we're going to check in on the armies. See if we've got any recruits we can afford. Let's go to the army panel. Got 2,700 bucks. Well, you can recruit those paladins. All right, let's recruit these clerics. All right, what army are these guys in? Excuse me. They are in Army 3. Or Army 2. All right. So we're going to head these guys down the road to Army 2. And let's get Army 2 and make them march up this way. We'll put them over there. That makes them a level 4 army. I still don't know whether they're... That's a lot of flies to to deal with. All right. We might want to get a few more reinforcements before we go that way. All right, back to the Nameless Ruins for us. Oh, let's get our other army back to camp. I don't know if it really helps to have these guys in camp, but I kind of like them being in camp. At least somebody. All right, back into the Nameless Ruins. Finished Nino's little tidbit here. We've already explored part of this, did that cave, fought all the undead, and that's when we became fatigued. All right. Yep, we looted that.
What a discovery.
All right, got some stuff there. Engraved bracelet.
We will be
Gargoyles.
victorious.
We're not going to do anything with Wooljiff just yet. Take that, gargoyle.
Mind over muscle.
Socio will hold off.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Into the fray.
Ow. Ow.
Forward!
Good job, Blue.
Cover me, all right?
You're irrelevant.
Begone, fiend! You won't survive me.
Good job, guys. Hi, kitty cat. Plagued bear. All right, Lon,
Always
you're
be
up.
ready for the worst.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
You should have listened to reason.
Oh, man, that was Wooljiff.
Endure this.
Well, there's got to be more. Another plague bear. Ran right past everybody. Okay.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
The light take you.
Good job, guys. Let's... Wooljiff is demon plagued. Three consecutive saves is the cure. Well, that's not great. Let's see. Is he down stats? No. Do we have a cure disease? Is this a disease? Let's see if this is a disease. Could be a sickness. Alright, so we're going to go to you. We're going to grab a Cure Disease Scroll. Come on. Let's remove Sickness Scroll. So we're going to be prepared to use that. We'll use it because we might run into more. If we're going to get hit with this with more people, we might as well hold off on it. There are more
Pretty
plague
good, aren't I?
critters. Well, what was that? Slimy skin. Okay. I thought it might be like a slimy note or something. Got more gargoyles here? Nope, a trap though.
This is my kind of work.
Let's move.
Good job, Wooljiff.
Follow me.
A circle. Is there loot up here that I missed?
March on.
There's loot on the map, but oh, I got deadly perception checks that are failing.
Onwards.
That symbol's right here, but I can't do anything with that symbol.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Earthbreaker. Let's look at Earthbreaker. It's just a big hammer that weighs a lot. Okay.
Let us be off.
Ghoul corpses. It is if they simply lay down and died of their own accord.
Let's move.
Well, there's a stranger. The absence of an answer is an answer too. Okay.
Follow me.
There's a lot of these guys. No, 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 no. All right. I am the answer, but what is the question? An elf woman in a frayed robe turns her head to you and stares at you through the slits of her simple white mask. Then she holds out her hand and touches an ancient statue. The absence of an answer is an answer too. Hey, wait, where are you going? Spontaneous dematerialization is unscientific. Nino touches the statue and suddenly freezes. Sorry about that. Following her example, you put your hand on the statue, and the world around you ceases to exist. You are a lone grain of sand floating in the emptiness of the unknown. Your path has no beginning and no end. You are tiny and insignificant in comparison with the cosmos around you. But then something changes. The emptiness takes notice of you. It stares at you, measures and assesses you. Then a question comes, as simple and as deep as the emptiness itself. Who are you? I am Joseph Starfyre. The name you uttered that seemed so powerful and proud rings through the emptiness. Then the silence comes, bleak and oppressive. The emptiness awaits your answer. I am... Do you want to say your name? But what is it? Just a set of sounds you use to associate with yourself. You are Joseph Starfyre. Who decided this is who you are? Your parents? Yourself? Someone else? A name is just a label you took voluntarily. What happens if you tear this label off? What hides behind the name Joseph Starfyre? Behold the truth. Open yourself to knowledge. Reveal yourself.
I am Nenio. Nenio. You hear me? You voice from nowhere or whatever you are?
She's a little fox. You hear a stifled cough nearby. Where Nino used to be, you now see an unfamiliar kitsune curled up tight on the ground.
What's going on here? Nenio, is that you?
Sela instinctively lays her hand on her weapon.
Well, I'll be a fox.
You're a kitsune?
It appears your observation is correct. I am a kitsune.
The kitsune stares down at her hands, then runs her fingers over her pointy muzzle, lingering over her sharp teeth and ears.
If my hypothesis is correct, and the probability of that is close to 100%, I have always been a kitsune, but at some point I decided to forget that piece of knowledge. Following this line of reasoning, it would seem the fact of my membership of a certain race just doesn't seem relevant to me.
Nino scratches her behind her ear.
Also, there is a more important question. Why did my true identity reveal itself in this precise moment?
She casts a pensive look at the ancient statue towering over you. How could you forget you were a kitsune?
This question is irrelevant in the current situation. If you wish, you can ask me about it later. If you believe that I've been keeping my true identity a secret on purpose, you are mistaken. I have no interest in your causes, your battles, or your secrets, if you have any. All I need from you is your assistance with my experiments. And with this.
Nino spreads her hand in a wide circle, gesturing at the statues around you.
I have no words. Can I just stand here silently and look like I'm thinking something smart?
What was that? I found myself in emptiness, and a voice asked me a question.
I suppose it was a trap that yanked our minds out of our plane and temporarily transferred us to another one. I wish I knew which plane. By the way, did you know that the most efficient way to disarm a corridor's worth of magical traps is with the help of a scientist who has been told that the formula for an elixir of the ancient races lies hidden at the end of said booby-trapped corridor?
Whose voice do you think it was?
I haven't the slightest idea. But it is most definitely an extremely wise entity. Besides, the entity displayed no aggressive tendencies, which gives us hope that it can be reasoned with.
So what do you think about that?
The voice in the emptiness asked me, and judging by your reaction, you too, who I am. And merely stating my name failed to satisfy it. The trap then forced me to assume my true form, which I had completely forgotten about. I suppose this trap wasn't a trap per se. It rather was a closed portal leading to some hidden place that can easily unveil secrets and reveal the truth. The one who spoke to us seemed to solve me like a riddle, in an instant just by looking at me. I would like to meet this entity. Can you imagine which secrets it can unravel? I want to speak to it, and you, my follower, must help me.
The kitsune's eyes light up.
But how can you get there? If there is a door, there must be a way to open it. If there's a lock, there must be a key to it. There is an inscription here, right on the statue. I am the void and the emptiness. I am the starting point. I am infinite. Tear my mask off and let it fall at my feet. I don't understand this at all. How thrilling!
Sounds like a riddle.
It does. It really does. I love riddles and puzzles.
How do we solve it?
Each of them is inscribed with a riddle, and each demands that something be placed at its feet. I guess we need some items that represent the answers to these riddles, but don't ask me where we should look for them.
Maybe we should ask one of the geysers.
I don't think they can help us. Looks like all they can do is mumble their mantra about questions and answers.
Why are you so sure that the unknown entity behind the mysterious portal would even want to talk to us?
I'm not sure at all, but we must try. We simply must. Getting there and talking with this entity will be the greatest of my experiments. No exaggeration.
Portal that leads to the unknown could be dangerous.
The world wound is dangerous. Walking under a hanging icicle is dangerous. Even choking on a chunk of badly chewed food can lead to a fatal outcome after all. Living is dangerous. But what is danger compared to knowledge?
Looks like there's nothing more we can do here now.
With deepest regret, I have to admit that you are right. It's highly unlikely that we'll be able to solve this riddle right here and now. We'll have to temporarily withdraw so we can return when we're armed and ready.
All right. What's our journal say now? Ow! Solve the riddles. All right. That's simple. Finished, finished. So, Ramian, Kalisa, make it to Dresden. It's doubtful the answers to the riddles can be found anywhere near the nameless ruins. Come on, move. Go to that house. Now we need to find the lost relic of the Crusades. That's in that one army. All right. I am the void and the emptiness. I am the starting point. I am infinite. Tear my mask off and let it fall to my feet. I am the impetuous to act. I am a reason for torture and a cause for insomnia. Tear my mask off and let it fall at my feet. Sounds like fear would be my guess on that one. I am the unknown. I scare cowards but reveal my secrets to the brave. Well, that one could be fear too. I am the end of the road. I am superiority. I am loneliness.
March on!
All right, let's head back. Maybe this door will open up. If that is a door, it might just be a wall. I think it's a door leading somewhere. But it could just be a simple wall. But I mean, like this, it looks like this, and these are doors with the same symbol, so I'm thinking that's why that's probably a door.
Let us be off.
And we are out.
Let's move.
All right. Regular gear. All right, so we got a couple ways we could go. I think coming up here to the primitive altar. And this demon army looks tough. I mean, because it is tough. It's a level 7 army. Wow, we're fatigued already. Okay, that didn't take long.
Those who perished in Canabres, I still dream about them. Sometimes I see their faces in the crowd. Tell me, this will never be over, will it?
No. The ones we lost, they'll be with us forever.
Oh, I forgot to... the corruption was weakened. Then we got our wings. Oh, I forgot to try this. Well, it's gone. All right. Cooliness. All right, we just picked up stuff. All right. Let's go see what's over here. Oh, encountered something outside the demons. Outside the demon army. Maybe it's going to tell us that this area is way too tough and we shouldn't be here. Ghoul, plagued wolf. Well, they're all surprised, so...
Fall!
I'll remove this obstacle.
We won't falter.
Make every strike count.
The Inheritor,
Shot
guide
land.
my blade.
Distract them from me.
Ow!
I will bring down the divine wrath.
Strike with all your might.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Oh. Didn't even see that wolf. Good job, Lan. All right, let's head on out. Got some XPs. Oh, no, all right. No going past that point, at least not until that army's removed. Probably the same thing with this army. All right, let's go exploring a little bit. Oh, we rested. Let's check in on our armies. Oh, we can buy more reinforcements. Week must be up. Can't afford any of these guys. Let's see if we got money. Yeah, we'll call it here. We're going to hang on to our money for right now. troops heading down the road. Still a level 4 army. Oh, random encounter. That was quick. We didn't get very far before we encountered somebody.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
Holy smokes, what are these things? Ferocious something or others.
Time to share your treasures!
They seem a bit tough. We're going to scoot back here. What's this? Change shape. Ah, that's cool.
You won't survive
Nice
me.
shot, land.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Come on, mouse. Do what I want you to. No.
We can do it!
Oh, still got the swing off. Good job. Ow! Leave him alone. No! Dang it. I hate when I do that.
Into the fray!
Cover me, all right?
Endure this.
Search for the beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
Throw a heal on Wooljiff. There we go. Master of Bardish's. Master of Bardish. Yeah, this ain't just a random encounter
Follow
map.
me.
How close are we to level 7? Yeah, we're getting there. Then blue levels up. Fatigued again. Holy smokes, we don't go very far before we get fatigued. Let's go back to camp. Not much, but a little bit. Yeah, let's go nappy nap. Let's go put these pelts in here. Come on, man. Mouse is giving me grief.
The burned girl's injuries can be healed, but the treatment will not be cheap. As regards her mental wounds, I am not sure that science is yet advanced enough to help her.
What? I need to be healed? But Nenio, I'm not even sick.
I do like Ember. She's kind of neat. Give me a cough drop here real quick. My throat's voice is starting to act up a bit. Alright, let's hit the road. Yep, alright. Still can't afford nobody. Come on, you. There we go. Someone on the road. Oh, it's a big map. Demons. Oh, couldn't quite get down to him fast enough. Spell resistance.
The light, take you!
Come on.
Make every strike count.
Ah. Ow.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Begone, fiend! You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Forwards!
Mind over muscle.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Alright, good job, guys. Just long spears. So one thing I've noticed in this game, if it's a random encounter, it'll say random encounter. If it's like a map that's got stuff on it, it will say there's somebody on the road, like with this note. Note hidden in neat, or written in neat handwriting. Come to my camp if you want to talk. I have much to share with you. A friend. Drawn on the back of the note is a map with crossed lines marking a spot. Huh. Could be a friend, could be a trap. Alright, that appears to be it. We'll take a look and see where that camp is, and it might be a trap, it might be good stuff. We'll find out. If it's a trap, we'll kill them anyways. Inconspicuous camps way down there. We still got this thing over here, the hollow tree. I'm just gonna kind of do this here real quick. just to fill out that underground hideout. Heaven's Edge. Oh, that's where our buddy's manor's at. Leper Smile. Sure. Day 7, month Rova, year 4715. Danger and distress rest heavy upon the scales, their measure soaring on the dangerous march to Dresden. The army moves steadily along the bank of the West Selen, scarred with canyons and ravines. Suddenly, a group of scouts returns. Anivia, the leader of the group, makes 2 urgent signs to the soldiers: wait and quiet. She dashes through the ranks to the commander, who awaits her report. We're in trouble, the girl whispers. The road ahead is split by a canyon. To get to Dresden, we have to go down and then up the other side. But the canyon is swarming with foul creatures, Vescavars, a real pain in the neck. They won't shy away from our soldiers' weapons, and they've already managed to gobble someone up. Looked like a caravan of refugees from Canabris that lost its way. No one has ever reported Vescavars so far from the center of the world womb. Where did they come from? Anivia bites her lip. They still haven't noticed us, but that won't hold true for long. Maybe if we retreated quietly. The commander makes a sign for her to stop. Find out what else is known about the enemy. Those nasty little critters, they can ruin your gear and drive you nuts with their buzzing, Anivia says in a rush. They've got a queen, the mother of the whole swarm. She's a right horror, but if we kill her, the bulk of the swarm will scatter, and we'll take care of the rest of them somehow. After hearing the scout's report, the commander prepares to convene a council to determine a plan of action. The commander and his companions convene a field council. The army cannot march around the obstacle, for there is no other road. Retreat is far too risky. Should the swarm notice the army and catch it out in the open, no one would survive. None utters the word trap, but a fear hangs in the air. A swarm of omnivorous beasts just happens to be in the army's path. Someone has arranged this for their own nefarious ends. Rustling, grating, and squeaking, humming. Everyone hears the noise of the swarm. Through the sky before the army remains clear for now. How long until it is darkened by the flying spawn of the abyss? An idea, a decision, straight and sharp like a soldier's sword, appears in their minds. The Crusaders' council grows grim. One unit must act as live bait to lure the swarm out of the canyon and clear the path to the Vescavar Queen. The commander will rush the army, killing her quickly before the swarm decimates the army. They will get but one chance. A dark question looms. Who will lead the faithful squad and be consumed as bait? In moments of extreme stress, one often says one thing while meaning quite another. These hidden words often reveal many a curious thing, and what do we see here? Erebeth nobly states, I am an officer, best suited for the mission, but in truth she means I cannot burden another with my responsibility. Joseph Starfyre, send me. Nura, the historian, emerges with an unexpected suggestion from behind the commander's back. This is just the sort of situation where ingenuity and knowledge of the enemy will be more useful than swords and armor. While she speaks, she thinks, I need to prove myself. The Queen has yet to disclose her presence and watches quietly from a distance. The commander thinks he should. Look into the faces of your companions. The Hell Knight, Regili, steps forward. My people will fight to the last, even as the swarm tears through our armor and strips the flesh from our bones. But his motives are plain. My superiority over the Crusaders will not permit me to cower behind them. I've eaten so many bugs in my life, it's only fair to give them a chance at revenge. The mongrel land hides his fear in plain sight. I'm a dead man walking already. A life such as mine is worthless, and silently he begs for more. Sacrifice me or give me a chance to prove myself. The one who distracts the swarm will need a healer. Soziel is the only one who speaks plainly. A healer might bring a few through the Vescavars alive. The rest of the council remains silent, and this silence is filled by a chorus of, "There are others better suited," and "The commander needs me alive." Does the commander hear these unspoken words? What will lead him to decide? The fateful troops will be led by... I think Soziel is the best option. The commander and his party disappear among the rocks, prepared to slip down in the canyon while the swarm is distracted by their bait. A tight-lipped Anivia shows the way. Behind them, the final preparations are made. Soziel's eyes grow cloudy for a moment. There are few creatures as abominable as for a follower of Chilean as Vescavars, devourers of flesh and destroyers of matter. This trial will not be easy. The soldiers tread fearfully down the road towards the dark edge of the canyon ahead. The rift that yawns open before them whispers, rasps, rattles in thousands upon thousands of voices. Vescavars gather below, but the sky is open above them. The flying creatures might rise up at any moment and attack at any moment. The soldiers soon find the first body, the mangled corpse of a refugee from Canabras. A few straggling Vescavars wriggle inside the dead man's chest, tiny larvae in greenish shells, all shuffling legs and hinging jaws. They don't seem menacing at all. But then, the raspy noise stops for a moment, and a high, vibrating note pierces the air with new force. A blur of a blackish-green cloud rises above the canyon. The swarm has taken the bait. The time has come. The leader of this fateful squad shouts that they shall hold position and fight for the soldiers' lives. Standing in the middle of the formation of soldiers, Soziel utters a prayer to Shelin. From the outside, it would appear that the cloud of Vescavars will in a moment fall from above and destroy their force utterly. Hundreds of spawn of the abyss gnaw on bodies and armors, destroying as they consume. But the cleric's powers flow forth in waves, healing the wounds of his comrades. As if understanding who is to blame for the unexpected resistance, the spawn covers Soziel like a living carpet. The servant of Shelin trembles, but does not move or halt his prayers. The soldiers look on with awe as though they are witnessing a holy miracle. Temporary success holds no true hope for the fateful troop. Their foe is no great beast, but a million ravenous creatures, bringing with them an eternal hunger of the abyss. They fight them as to fight them was to cry upon the wind. Their only hope was to rely on their commander, and hope that he was preparing to slay the swarm queen. What was happening down in the canyon at this very moment? All right, so we need someone to replace. Let's take this guy. All right. And we're past that magical hour mark, so let's go ahead and call it on this cliffhanger with all these bugs flittering around us.